Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is your boy, Brother Samuel, or Samuel, back at you with another quick edifying video. Today's topic is going to be called Condition of the Battle, right? And this is a Lammy on one of the videos that one of my ops, Yermayan, did, talking about, the battle, right? That this is the battle, right? So first and foremost, right, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory, right? I want to say Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, right? That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and His only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi, right? In the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa Qadash, right? Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone from Tahar on down, who have ruled well through the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth, right? So like I said, this is a Lammy, and this is the video right here. You guys can, look it up. It's called Work, Walk, and Talk. This is a real battle, right? And it was a good lesson, and the brother touched on some good points, right? And I just want to kind of Lammy off of it, and I'm gonna get this one of the same scriptures that he got, right, to start mine off, because this is a true battle, and it's not for the weak or the faint-hearted, right? So let's just get into it. Lord's will, this is edifying. So let's get into it. Okay. So this is the video, right? Like I said, I'm not gonna play it though. You can play it. You can hop on my ox, video and go into it. But I just wanted to reference it because this is the inspiration through the power and spirit Yahawashi, right? So let's get into it. Okay. Let's just get right into it. So let's go to 2nd Esdras, right? Chapter 2 and Salakia, 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, and let's go to verse number 57, right? It says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight, right? It's a constant battle. This is a constant battle. As soon as you were born into this earth, man, right? This is a battle, Even when you watch, you can watch the Animal Channel, right? And you see how, when the baby animals are born, hey, you got these other, these other animals who are waiting, to devour these things. It's the same thing, for you, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Because you are the Israelites. It's the same thing in this world, man, right? In this time now, right? But we have to, in this battle, man, we have to stay strong, right? So it says, verse 57, it says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which men that is born upon the earth shall fight, right? You're gonna have to fight this. But it says that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say, right? It says, for this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose ye life that ye may live, right? This is, and these are the, the decisions, everything that you do, right? It's all part of this battle, that we're fighting, and the thing about what Moses was talking about, he was talking about choosing, and we'll get that real quick. Let me just, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I believe it's in Deuteronomy 30. Salakia. Let's get that right. This is a battle, man, and these are the conditions of the battle, man. Right? And a lot of our people, they talk about, woe is me, why am I going through this? Why am I doing that? Right? These are the conditions of this battle, right? And because of the decisions that, our forefathers chose. This is the reason why we're in this battle right now, you know? But it says, Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 19, it says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. Right? This was what Moses was talking to the children of Israel. He was letting them know, this is what it is. Right? You have to choose, that what side you're gonna be on, and a lot of people are not prepared for this battle, man. Right? They're not prepared for this battle. A lot of people, they give up, they fold under the pressure, And the thing is, we got to continue, right? Because what did it say? When we go back to it, it said, let's go back to it. Second Esdras chapter 7. Here we go. Let's see. This is 56. It says, for while we yet lived and committed iniquity, right, or sin, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. It says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle. Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight? Right? This is that constant battle, man. It's that good versus evil. It's that life versus death. These are the things that we're constantly, the decisions that you make, right? Are those consequences, are those things that could happen, man. This is, people don't understand that, because they don't see, actual guns, and they don't see actual, whatever it is, weapons, that they don't understand that this is a battle, man. And it's a spiritual battle, that we're fighting against, You have, there's spirits that are out, to draw you away, from the spirit and power of Yahawashi, especially when you, like the brother was saying, like when you know this stuff, man, right? You're gonna catch even more hell, right? Because guess what? Satan, he already got the folks who already doing. He don't need to go at work after them. He needs to work on those folks who are rooted in Yahawashi. He's gonna try to go after you. He's gonna try to go after you even harder. Simple Jake down the street, he doing what he doing, right? He already headed to destruction. So this, and when you read the book of Job is, a book all about, the condition of the battle of the spirit, the spirit and what's going on, with the faith and all these different things. Okay. So let's go to 2 Timothy, right? 2 Timothy, right? So we know if this is a battle, right? And in a battle, right, what do you have in a battle, right? You have soldiers in a battle, right? So this is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse number 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahawashi Hamashiach. Right? So when you're in this thing, man, you are soldiers of Yahawashi Hamashiach. And it says, thou therefore endure hardness. What is hardness, man? Hardships, right? You're gonna go through different opportunities and obstacles in this life, man. Right? The scriptures say, through much tribulation we shall reach the kingdom, right? So you're gonna go through it. What does it say, Ecclesiasticus? Son, if thou, let's get that. Let me not paraphrase it. And I'm going to go back to that, right? Sirach 2. Khan. This is Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh Shema Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation. You got to understand, like, when you go into war, hey, you got to expect, man, there's going to be danger and things involved in this thing, right? Likewise, it says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble, right? You can't be a soldier in the war and things start getting hot and heavy, and you take off and run away, man. Right? You're a true soldier. You gotta endure. You gotta hang in there and keep battling and keep fighting, man. Right? You gotta keep fighting in this thing and keep battling. You can't just give up, right? This is like unto like a race. You can't just stop the race, right, and think that you won. No, you got to continue and finish the race. Okay. So let's go back to Second Timothy. So we are soldiers in this thing, man. And as a soldier, you got to stay rooted, right? It says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahawashi Hamashiach. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier." Right? So you can't our main objective, right, is this kingdom, is waking up the elect, right? So the elect can get sealed, right? So these things can pop off. So guess what? Our true infantry can come and destroy this place, man. You know? The Yahawashi and the angels, man, right? Coming with the fleet that's undefeated, man, right? I'm about to come and just tear this place up, right? But right now we are the ground, we are the foot soldiers of this thing, trying to set that paveway to make way for the airship, you know. When you think about it in the war, man, right? We're waiting to we're here taking the ground, So then when the Air Force, or we're gonna call the chariots of the Lord, right? And Yahawashi and the chariot comes back, right, to basically annihilate, our enemies. Okay, but it says, "No man that warreth entangle himself in the affairs of this life." Right? You can't be on the battlefield thinking about, oh man, you know what? Man, my children are. No, you can't think about that, right? When you in war, when you in battle, you cannot be thinking about, I wonder what my dog is doing at home right now. Does he have enough? Well, hey, no, you got to concentrate on this battle. You got to concentrate on this war, right? You got to concentrate on Yahawah Shem Shai, right? The orders that he gave you, right? Go out on these highways and hedges, right? Be the watchman, warn the people, right? These are the things that you got to do, right? And increase your faith in these last days. You have the ultimate right hand man, and Yahawah Shem Shai, who gonna guard, who sends out his angels to guard your whole 360, so nothing can touch you, right? What does it say in Proverbs 18:10, right? He's the Yahawah Shem Shai is a strong tower, right? But this is what we got to do, right? You can't worry about the things of this world, especially when you're in battle. You got to focus, and you got to, when you're in a war, you can't focus on what's going on at home. You got to focus on what's out there right now and what the battle is, right? And we know that, this is a spiritual battle. This is a spiritual warfare. Of course we gotta work, we gotta do what we gotta do, right? But your main focus, right, is this mission right here, which is the ushering in of Yahawah Shem Shai in these last days. Okay? It says, "No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier," right? And Yahawashi, Yahawah Shem Shai, has chosen, has woken you up out of your sleep and has given you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be a part of this battle. You men, and you got to understand that it's time to go to war, right? You can't be, half-hearted, right? Yahawashi said, it says, John chapter 10, verse 27, it says, "My sheep hear my voice. I know them and they follow me." Right? And what did it say in 2 Timothy 3 and 4? It says, "No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier." Right? And guess what? You were chosen to do this. Right? And that's what you got to worry about. You can't worry about what man thinks. You can't worry about this, these other things, right? The scriptures tell you, seek ye first the kingdom, right? Let me get that. Matthew 6:33. Right? It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you, right? You got to focus. You have to stay focused in this battle, man, because it's quick to lose distraction, And I remember I had a teacher, and, he was in the Vietnam War, and he was like, man, the captains or whoever, I can't really recall of what he was saying. I remember the point, but he was saying like the captains or the leaders, hey, they didn't last long. He was like the average that they lasted was like a couple minutes or something, you know. He was like, because a lot of them, they would during the war, they look up, they try to peek and see, right, and in the Vietnam War, they get your head blown off, you know. You peeking or you getting distracted, and you can get your head just blown all the way off, man. Right? So you can't be distracted in this thing, right? When you go to war, you have to be focused. You have to have laser focus in this thing. Okay? Let's get this, right? Let's go to the book of Luke, right? Chapter 21. And verse number 34, and it says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life, so that the day come upon you unaware, right? If you get distracted, the day of destruction will come upon you, right? When you least expect it. You have to constantly, be ready, right? That's why it says, for as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. It says, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man, right? That's Yahawashi, right? But you got to be able to watch and pray. You got to always be ready in a battle. You got to watch your surroundings, right? You're walking around in a world amongst wolves, right? And you are as a sheep, right? Yahawashi said, my sheep, they hear my voice, they know me, and they follow me, right? So you are walking as sheep amongst wolves. So you always got to be on constant alert, right? Because the wolf, what does they like to do? They like to sneak attack, right? They like to hunt by packs, right? These are the things. So you got to be, the scriptures say you got to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, right? You got to be able to watch these things and see what's going on, so that you don't fall victim, and become a prey, Let's get this, right? Let's go to the book of Mark, chapter 4, and verse number 19. And it reads, and it says, and the cares of this world, right? The cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches and the lust of other things entering in choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful, right? So you talk about you get distracted, right, in the conditions of this world, and you get caught and led, by the luxuries, by the gifts that you're given in this world, right? That are honestly they're meaningless and pointless on this earth, because all this stuff is going to be dissolved, right? But you get people who will get distracted, who get bought out in the war, right, and then fold, and now guess what? They become unfruitful, right? You got your spiritual gun, and you're not even busting it. You're not shooting it. You're not doing nothing with it. You're just kind of sitting there, right? And you're watching the people next to you kind of drop, man, right? You're not watching they back. You're not doing these things, right? The condition of this battle, man, is a serious thing, and you got to stay focused on this thing, because in a war, when you're not watching, you're not paying attention, that's when you get that sneak attack on you, man, right? That'll wipe you out of here. Okay. Let's go. Let's go to 1 Corinthians, right? 1 Corinthians 1 and 26, right? And this thing, when I talk about this battle, right? This is a spiritual battle, right? And let me get this right. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 26. It says, "For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called." Right? The Lord is not looking for the biggest, strongest, the wisest of this world, right? To be a part of this army, man. Right? To be a part of this thing, man. He doesn't need that. You know, when you look at you look at the David, right? He told Samuel, "Don't look upon his stature, right? Because I have lacked him of that. Don't look upon, you know what I mean? That's not what it matters. It matters of your heart and your condition, right? Your heart is in your mind. You know, are you ready for this, right? Are you when you prepare yourself, you got to prepare yourself mentally, in anything, especially in a war. You got to be able to prepare yourself, for the endurance to continue in this thing. So it says not many, right? It's not many mighty men, and it's not many wise men, right? Because the Lord doesn't need that, right? He doesn't need that, right? What he needs is that you to be faithful and true, and obedient. That's what's gonna matter. That's what's gonna matter. To be faithful, be obedient, right? And follow the orders. You know, when you get too many wise men of the world and too many, strong men, then they think that they're doing it themselves, right? But we understand that all things that we're doing is through the power and spirit of Yahawashi. You know, we don't want the credit. We want to give, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi the credit, right? Because all it is through him. Our strength and everything that we have is through Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay. Let's get this right. So, like I said, this this battle and this war is not physical. This is a spiritual warfare that we're fighting, right? And just because you can't see a lot of times the things that's going, you can feel them. You feel the spirits. You feel these things that are battling with you, right? The flesh always battling, trying to overtake you and get you to go off and do these things, So it's a constant battle and endurance. Okay, let's go to the book of Ephesians, right? Chapter 6, and let's start at verse number 11. And it reads, it says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Right? We're not wrestling against physical stuff. We're not warring against physical stuff. We're warring against principalities, against powers, against rulers, and the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This is a spiritual warfare. This is a spirit. This is like a battle of your mind, of your heart. It's all through the spirit. These are the things that we're battling against. Because guess what? In this warfare, if they can get your mind, then they can get you. They get your body, right? If they can convince you of the philosophies and the different things, then they can get you. So this is a constant battle, man, right? And guess what? The devil knows that, and the devil has so many different tactics, right? Why do you think in your smartphone the things you might look up, right? Guess what? They memorize them things and they make them pop up. Right, so they can figure out, what you like, right, and then they advertise it to you, right, because hey, well, he likes this, so then they try to use that to veer you off and get you distracted in this thing. That's why you got to stay focused, man. You got to stay focused in this battle, in this condition. Condition yourself, to be able to endure in this thing. It says, wherefore take ye the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all, to stand. It says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. Right? You got to put on your spiritual army, gear, man. You got to put on your war gear on, your spiritual war gear on. Right? And it's explaining that. It says, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace, above all things, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye will be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, right? Because when you got that shield of faith, right, you're unmovable. You're unmovable. You can't be moved. Your faith is rooted and grounded with everything that they try to throw at you. Hey, you reflecting that and bouncing that back at them. You know what I mean? It says, and take the helmet of salvation and the word, Salakia, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High, right? And we know that the word, are these scriptures, right? And we know that the word of the Most High is Yahawashi, right? And Yahawashi is, the word of the Most High. He is the spirit of prophecy, right? According to Revelations 19 and 10, right? So then we know these things. So now as a soldier, guess what? You have the blueprint, you have the map, of how this war is planned out and how strategic it is and how to maneuver in this war, right? Now we're going to go, over here. This is where we're going. Okay, so next, our enemy is going to be trying to do this. They're going to try to do Revelation 13:16. Yep, they're trying to implement that now. They're trying to put this C-hip in people, right? They're planning all this stuff, right? It's the stages is getting planted, right? That's why it says we are not ignorant to Satan's devices. These are part of these things, man. We have the intel, right? And the intel are these scriptures with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, with these prophecies that'll help us to endure and to know what the enemy is coming at us with, right? It says, which is the word of the Most High. Okay. Let's go to the book of Psalms, right? Because we got to understand, man. Matter of fact, Salakia, let me keep reading on this. It says, verse 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the spirit, right? And that's a major part of this battle, And when you read the book of Maccabees and other, accounts, right? Before they went to war, and they went out and they prayed, right? They prayed to Yahawah who would deliver them. Okay. It says, watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints, and for me, the utterance may be given unto me that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel. Right. And this is a battle, man, to be able to go out and boldly speak Yahweh Shem Shai, right? And speak against, these great kingdoms, and to prophesy the downfall of these wicked kingdoms. You got to be able to speak boldly, right? And the Most High is looking for somebody who's not afraid to be able to do that, right? This is let's get this. This is Jeremiah, right? Chapter 28 and verse number 8, right? It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence, right? And that's what we out there doing. We out here praying and prophesying for the downfall of this wicked kingdom, man, and the deliverance of the Israelites, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the elect, right, out of this place, man, out of this wicked place, Babylon, out of this place, America, right? Let's go to the book of Psalms real quick, right? So, the Lord is looking for men who gonna be stand up strong, right? What it's saying, to make known the mystery. It says that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel. You can't be afraid, man, to be able to speak Yahweh Shem Shai, right? It says, Psalms chapter 94, verse 16, it says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Right? That's who Yahweh Shem Shai is looking for. Right? When you go to war, that's what you need. You don't need some little passive person who's not going to speak up, not going to say nothing, man. Right? You got to be able to speak these words. Right? These words are power. These words are power through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Right? What does it say? Let's get that, right? So like I'm kind of going off, but I'm just trying to make my point. This is the book of Hebrews. Where are we? Hebrews chapter 4 and verse number 12, right? And it reads, it says, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is the discerner of thoughts and the intents of the heart. Right? This thing is sharper than a sword. A sword can't cut into you and get your and slice all the way into your thoughts. Right? The thoughts of men. Right? That's how these scriptures are. That's how powerful these scriptures are. These scriptures will cut you down through all the marrow, the bone, the flesh, get into your soul, right? And will chop it out. That's why many people they run from this thing, man. These words are so powerful, they'll chop and they'll pierce right to that soul. Right? When you're saying stuff, hey, people run off, man. That's why, a lot of times, brothers get out there speaking, and there might be people out there, a crowd. You get out there and you start speaking and prophesying, hey, people run. They get the hell up out of there, man. Right? Because this is a spiritual thing, man, and people are not ready for that, So, the Lord is looking for those who are going to raise up, man. And in the war, man, you got to be ready for this thing, right? What does it say in the book of Deuteronomy, right? Let's get that. Deuteronomy 20 and verse number 1, right? It says, when thou goest out to battle against thine enemies and seest horses and chariots and a people more than thou, it says, be not afraid of them, for Yahawah, Bahasham thy power is with thee, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Right? You got to have your faith and your trust in these days, right? When you see a army compassing you, call on Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. You got to have that faith, and that's why these scriptures, right? These things that are written aforetime are written for our learning. Right? We understand how our forefathers of the Maccabees, how they went, a couple of thousand against, 20,000, 10,000, how David went away, and how Samson, killed 1,000 with a jawbone of an ass, man. Right? We're not worried about how many it is, right? We got Yahawah Bahasham on our side. Right? So when you go to war, you can't be thinking of y'all. You got to think about it. Hey, how about Shimei? Think about what David did with Goliath when all the grown men warriors were scared. They didn't want to do it. Right? And what did David do? David went straight up, head to head, took Goliath's head, man. Right? With a pebble, with a slingshot and a pebble. That's what he did, right? He did a slingshot and a pebble, but more importantly, that faith and trust in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? And that's what overthrew it, okay? And we got to have that same, faith, right? It says, verse 4, it says, for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, your power, he that goeth with you to fight for against your enemies to save you, right? This is the faith and this is the choice that you must choose, right? In these days, you got to have the faith to trust in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. That's what he wants you to do. That's what he wants you to do. Let's go to verse number 8, right? It says, and the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return to his house. Right? So if you fearful and you worried about blah, 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 hey, man, stay home. Right? Because you can't go, how can you go to war with somebody and you're not all the way into it, man? Right? And you can feel that energy, and that energy will what's the word I'm looking for? Will resonate to your other brethren, So the scriptures tell you, hey, if you faint hearted and you're not about this thing, then stay home. You know what I mean? Stay home and do what you do. Right? And let the real men come and do this work, man. Do this work, man, through the power and spirit of Yahawah Shai, man. You can't be afraid, man. This is the battle. This is the condition of the battle. This is what it's all about, man. And in these last days, it's going to tell, man, this faith and how this faith is going to be. How great is your faith in these days, right? When they try to take away everything from you, right? Are you going to fold? right, and give up and throw the white flag, or you gonna keep fighting through the power and spirit of Yahawashi, right? Are you gonna go and say, right, like verse 4, for Yahawashi, our power, is he that goeth with you to fight for you against your enemies to save you, right? You got to have that mindset, right? But it says, let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart, right? You know, that stuff spreads, man. You can't have no fear when you're out there, man. Right? The Most High said he didn't give you the spirit of fear, right? He didn't give you the spirit of fear, right? We go out there, man. We go out there bold, man, right? Through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, right? Because we understand that we have Yahweh Shem Shai on our side, man, right? And this is where we're coming back into our last days. We're understanding, you know, where our true power comes from. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash, right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 10, right? It says, the name of Yahawah is a strong tower. The righteous runneth to it and is safe, right? When you think about a war, right, and you got a strong tower, a castle, you know, that is impenetrable, right, that people can't get into, right? That's the name of Yahawah by Shem Shai, right? And that's where you got to run to, right? When all hell breaks loose and you got all types of trouble, you need to be able to run into your tower, right? And when you run into that tower, right, it says you'll be safe, right? Can't nothing break through that. Can't nothing break that, right? And that's what we got to understand, man. You know, we put our trust in men, right? And the scriptures tell you about not putting your trust in men, right? But put your trust in Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You know? Let's get one more, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 41 and verse number 10. And it reads, it says, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness, right? And you got to have that understanding and that faith, right? But the only way you can gain this faith, this wisdom, we gotta read. You gotta get into these scriptures and understand and have that faith. You gotta pray for the Most High to increase your faith, to help you to endure, to help you to stay strong, to help you to not fold, right? When time and trouble comes along, you know, the first person you gotta go to is Yahawah Shem Shai, right? That's what you gotta do, man. Right? This is the battle that we living in, right? And so many people, they fold, right? And they get taken out of this thing because they don't understand the war that they fighting. And they get seeped out of this thing, you know, slowly but surely. You know, some people even as quick as they came, as quick as they leave. You know, this is an enduring battle, right? This is an enduring battle, man. And we got to continue this thing, you know, and have the faith in these last days, right? And this is, you know, second Esdras, like I said, 7:57, it says, then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which men that are born upon the earth shall fight, right? This is a constant battle that we're doing, man, right? So, you know, with that, you know, I pray that brothers stay strong, right? Brothers, you sisters, you know, the children, right? Those of the elect, they stay strong in this thing, man. Stay strong in this battle, man. This is a war, man, right? And we got to stay strong, and how we stay strong is we stay girded up, and we stay girded up, right? And we stay in these scriptures as our defense, man, right? Stay in this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Stay in this in the faith of Yahawashi, man, in these last days, right? So, Lord's will, I hope this has been edifying, right? I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say Kahala Yahawah, Bahasham Mashiach Yahawashi, Bahasham Rawchaa Qadash. Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. A mighty shalom to the elect, man. Stay faithful, stay strong. Keep enduring, right? Keep fighting this battle, man, right? Keep fighting this battle and enduring as a good soldier of Yahawashi HaMashiach, right? And with that, shalom.